then. What's up guys, my name is Javan and I'm just a very average nerd. Today we are talking about meditation. Specifically mindfulness meditation. We're keeping things very secular, very scientific. Now, meditation doesn't have to be weird, scary, or difficult, and really anyone can benefit from meditation. I think it's important to know too that meditation is not about removing thoughts or eliminating thoughts from your mind. Thoughts are important. So rather, the purpose of meditation and mindfulness meditation is to control your thoughts, to have mastery over them, and to reduce the number of intrusive and harmful thoughts that we may not want. So we're going to get into the science behind meditation. We're going to talk about the amygdala, the prefrontal cortex, and all that good stuff. Beginning with the amygdala, you have two of them by the way, one on each lobe of your brain. The amygdala is responsible for our fight or flight response. And it's actually vital to our survival. If we didn't have our amygdala, we would lose our will to survive, and we wouldn't have survived as a species. However, most of us have an overactive amygdala, in that we're living too much in fear. So what happens is, every day of our lives, we wake up, we go to school or we go to work, we're working maybe a dead-end job, and we feel like we're going nowhere. We compete with our peers, we look to our peers for acceptance. The list goes on, and even our choice of entertainment, the things that we fill our minds with, can leave us in a state of constant fear and anxiety. We're simply not meant to live in this constant state of fear and anxiety. And the area of the brain that is responsible for logic and reasoning, which is the prefrontal cortex, if we can train our brain to exist or function more in that area of the brain, we'll live a happier life and just be less stressed out in general. Having a routine of regular mindfulness meditation where we sit with our thoughts and we teach ourselves not to chase them down that rabbit hole that can lead to a lot of these negative thoughts and intrusive thoughts, that will actually affect our thought pattern throughout the rest of the day. Now, mindfulness meditation is as easy as this. You simply sit in a comfortable position with your spine erect so we don't fall asleep, and pay attention to our breathing, okay? So we're either counting our breaths or we're counting to a count of 3 or 4 as we inhale and a 3 or 4 as we exhale. We're keeping our mind on our breath, bringing it always back to the breath. We want to make sure too that we're breathing mostly from our nose. You can breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, or purely simply through the nose, and breathing from the belly, from the diaphragm. It's very important to breathe from the nose and from the diaphragm because this activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest state, as opposed to the sympathetic nervous system, which we get from mouth breathing and breathing from the chest, and that activates our amygdala and our fight or flight response. So we want to avoid that. Remember, breathe through the nose, from the diaphragm. Always bringing your attention back to the breath will help you stay centered and grounded. You can do this meditation, 5-10 minutes a day, and work your way up to 20 minutes, half an hour even, if you have time to fit it in your schedule. And the best time to do that, to fit this into your routine, would be first thing in the morning. When you wake up, you haven't filled your mind with all these distractions of maybe social media or thinking about work, or when you go to bed, when you lie down, it really helps the brain to unwind and relax a little bit. So as we begin to make this a regular routine, we start to become a casual observer of our thoughts, and we separate from them. We stop identifying with our thoughts. And when we look at our thoughts this way, our thoughts begin to lose their power over us, and the intrusive thoughts that we have start to diminish. As we shift away from this, our state of consciousness becomes more happy, more content, and we appreciate more the things that we have in life. Learning to live in the present is very important. We spend far too much time worrying about the future, things that are unknown, things that we have no control over, or we regret a lot of our mistakes in the past. And this is referred to as time traveling. You probably heard that term before. It is completely useless. There's no use to time traveling like this. Live in the present and appreciate the present moment. When we stop identifying with our thoughts and stop allowing them to control our thinking, stop chasing that rabbit down the rabbit hole, we begin to train our brain to live more in the prefrontal cortex and less in the amygdala, more in the logic and reasoning and less in our fight or flight response. And that gives us overall happiness and contentment. So it really is that easy, guys. What are you waiting for? Go out and start meditating. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any experiences with meditation and you find that they've helped you, Please comment below and tell me. I love to hear from you guys always, and look forward to my next video. See you later. This is my outro. It's just a very average outro. I know it might seem plain. Please come visit me again.